Our next adventure was a deeply personal mission, one I chose to help Karen reclaim her confidence lost on a glacier 2 years ago. Back then, while attempting to reach the Refuge de Requin near Chamonix via the Mer de Glace, she twisted her ankle badly after landing awkwardly from a crevasse jump while still gripping my hand. Since then, glaciers and crevasses haunted her. This time I found a promising route via satellite view. A glacier in the canton of Valais, Switzerland. The Rhône Glacier, no less. The majestic source of the mighty Rhone River. We started our hike from a lofty 2,300 meters, higher than most of our previous treks, near the famous Furka Pass. And for those of you enjoying our journey, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. At the start of the route, the trail passes alongside a commercial ice cave. Nearby, the glacier is draped in large white tarpaulins, a striking sight. These covers are used to reflect sunlight and help reduce the glacier's surface temperature, slowing down the melting process during the warmer months.
Coming across this bit, in case it's slippery, they've got some ropes to hold on to, so no chance of falling down onto the glacier.
So it's easy to start?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Not too bad.
Climate change is accelerating the retreat of glaciers around the world, and monitoring them has become more critical than ever. Near the start of the hike, we pass by scientific equipment, likely used by glaciologists to observe and measure the glacier's evolution, movement, and rate of melting. Karen approaches the technical sections with care, her focus intense. Rebuilding trust in terrain that betrayed you is never easy. By late summer, the glacier's snow cover has melted away, exposing open crevasses. Once hidden, now clearly visible, making it easier to avoid danger. The softened surface allows aluminum crampons to grip well, offering safer footing. In winter, the ice becomes hard and unforgiving. Grip is nearly impossible without sharp steel crampons, as even a small misstep can become risky on the frozen terrain. We progress swiftly on the flatter sections, but as the incline increases, so does the complexity. The glacier becomes a maze of deep crevasses. After moving quickly through the first section of the glacier, we reach the upper level, steeper, wilder, and packed with crevasses. This is the most technical part of the climb, so we pause for a short break and a bite to eat before heading into the icy labyrinth ahead. Glacier water always finds a way to flow, carving tunnels and galleries deep under the surface, many of which can be explored in winter, but up here, the maze is above ground.
So we change after crampons.
As we move forward, a wide crevasse cuts straight across our path. There's no way through, so we scan the glacier for another option. A few minutes later, we spot a possible route off to the right, but it comes with a challenge. A narrow ridge of ice between two deep crevasses. Karen has to summon all her courage to cross it. Some of these crevasses are massive, several meters wide, and who knows how deep. Once we pass the ridge, we leave the crevasse zone behind and continue making progress across the second plateau. The weather is absolutely perfect. Bright sun, no wind, and surprisingly warm for this altitude. The glacier still shows signs of the last snowfall, with thin white layers stretched across the surface. But beneath that soft snow, small holes can be hidden. Every step needs to be careful and precise. A single misstep could easily lead to a twisted ankle.
What?
How does it go today?
Brilliant! It's fantastic, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling achieved.
And crevasses?
Yeah, I've managed to get across them, the ones that we've passed. We've had quite a few.
Yeah.
So I am well and truly touched. I progress.
We follow the small cracks. Huh?
Yes.
When we reached the base of the mountain, I felt full of energy and confidence. I even imagined climbing 3 peaks in just 2 days: Dammastock, Eggstock, and a smaller one whose name I didn't even know. But that goal quickly proved far too ambitious.
It's absolutely beautiful. Just breathtaking. What you can hear is the waterfalls.
Yeah.
And the water trickling under the ice.
Well, we are near 3,000 meters. So it's like 500 to get to the summit.
Where's the restaurant at the top?
Where is the cable car?
Is that car?
And cable car.
Yay! Not.
How are you, car?
I'm pretty knackered.
So we hope that behind this ridge we will get a place to camp.
The climb toward the first summit was much longer than expected. As we gained altitude, the layer of fresh snow grew deeper, and the temperature dropped fast. Every step needed extra care. Eventually, we found a relatively flat spot to set up our tent. It wasn't perfect. We were camped between 2 small crevasses, so even moving around required caution to avoid stepping into the void.
This is our pitch for the night. We are digging with our ice axes because I didn't want to take the spade, which was a big mistake.
I wanted to capture some drone footage of our camp, hoping for a few wide shots of the glacier and surrounding peaks. But as soon as it took off, something went wrong. The drone spun out of control and crashed into the snow just a few meters away. Fortunately, it didn't end up in a nearby crevasse. We suspect that some water might have gotten into it while we were setting up the tent, messing with the electronics.
What's the feeling today?
Oh, I achieved going over the crevasses,
Great.
which was brilliant.
Yeah, you have a great, Karen.
Oh,
Huh?
my toes are hurting
Oh.
still from cramp.
So we are cooking a coffee for us.
I can taste my conquering the crevasses
Yeah.
with a coffee.
Yeah.
Cheers! When it's done.
Karen is feeling tired, so we decide to skip the first summit for today and save our energy for tomorrow. After a much-needed coffee or two, we head out to prepare part of the trail ahead. The plan is to leave around 5 a.m. when the snow is still frozen, much easier to walk on before the sun softens it.
Look at me. Ça va?
Wow.
But for now, the snow is heavy and wet from the heat of the day, clinging to our boots and making each step harder than the last. Still, the effort pays off when we catch a stunning view. For the first time, we see the Matterhorn with our own eyes, not just in photos.
Ka, how are you?
Fine. Looking forward to getting in my sleeping bag.
The sun has just dipped below the horizon, and it's time to crawl into the tent and settle in for the night. During the night, it stayed surprisingly warm, and we worried the snow hadn't frozen. For a moment, we even considered skipping the summit. It was so cozy in our sleeping bags. But when we finally unzipped the tent, we found the snow had hardened during the early morning hours. So we packed up and set off straight away, not quite at 5 AM as planned, but at 7:30. We're lucky to be on the north side, still in the shade, which helps keep the snow firm underfoot. As we climb higher and the slope steepens, crevasses start appearing again. We weave carefully around them. It feels like navigating a frozen maze. One last narrow bridge stands in our way, but it looks stable, and we prepare to cross.
You follow my steps, it's alright.
Karen moves slowly, still a bit groggy. She could definitely use another coffee.
So Ka, we are near the summit.
Yay.
You have achieved?
Not yet.
Not yet? Sooner.
After an hour and a half of steady climbing, we reach the summit ridge, just 20 meters from the top.
Ka, how do you feel?
Fine.
The final stretch is steep, reaching a 70-degree incline, and the grip becomes tricky. Karen, tired and a little uneasy, decides to stop there. She's already achieved something big, facing her fear of crevasses. And that was the real victory. I continue alone, carving the route through untouched snow, feeling like I'm walking where no one ever has. The view from up here is breathtaking, but sadly, the drone isn't working, so I can't capture the moment the way I'd hoped.
Yeah. Solid.
Karen is just 20 meters behind me, and honestly, it feels like she made it here too. There's not even a name marked at the top, so we're not sure if it's Eggstock or Dammastock. We'll let the GPS decide. Now it's time to head back down to the tent, then take the long trail back in reverse. Reaching the summit means a lot to me. It's a moment of real joy. We didn't make it to the other two peaks, but we're both happy with how far we've come. As usual, my shoes gave me trouble, 2 massive painful blisters, and to top it off, my face is burning, because Karen forgot my sunscreen. Apparently my face wasn't on her packing list. The descent goes quickly, and we're soon back at the tent. Clouds have rolled in, which is great.
Yeah.
We could use some shade from the harsh sun.
Well, with the drone it would be nice, huh?
But the mountain always keeps you on your toes. The real adventure isn't over until you're back at the car. When we reached the glacier's tricky section, we saw the path we used earlier had weakened in the heat and wasn't safe anymore. It took over an hour and several tries before we finally found a new way across, picking our way through the rocks and around the unstable ice. At last we reached the car, exhausted, feet aching, and with no energy left to explore the ice cave after trekking more than 20 kilometers. Still, it was another unforgettable adventure, and best of all, Karen truly pushed her limits. I'm so proud of her. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the journey.